The case is closed. 5 years ago, a 17-year-old girl named Andy Bell disappeared from Little Kilton. Her younger sister saw her before leaving home at 10:30 p.m. The family became worried when Andy did not bring her parents home from dinner as promised. As part of the missing persons investigation, police questioned Andy's boyfriend, Sal Singh, about where he was on the night of her disappearance. He told them he was with friends at the home of another friend, Max Hastings. Sal went home and arrived at 12:50 a.m. Although his friends initially confirmed Sal's alibi, they later told the police that he asked them to lie because he actually left his friend's house at around 10:30 p.m., the same time Andy was last seen. The police were unable to re-interview Sal because he committed by swallowing a large number of pills and then suffocating himself with a plastic bag. Because Andy's blood was found under Sal's fingernails and her phone on him. Also, other circumstances suggested that Sal Andy, but her body was never found. Although it had never been proven that he murdered his girlfriend, the town believed it to be true.
But I just can't prove it. I think he did it, but I just
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SS Story World, or welcome to SS Story World. You're listening to Smritee, and today we're going to do a plot recap of a one of the best books of 2020 by Barnes and Noble, and received the following awards: American Library Association's Amazing Audiobooks for Young Adults 2021, Goodreads Choice Award nominee for Young Adult Fiction 2020, YA Book Prize Shortlist 2020, and British Book Awards Children's Fiction Book Winner of the Year 2020. All this information was found from wikipedia.org. Now, moving on. Some of you may have heard of this book through book talk or booktube, but nevertheless, with the show coming up, I thought, why not recap this book in case you all forgot about the plot, to refresh your memory before the show. But this video contains massive spoilers. So if you haven't read the book yet, I advise that you exit. Now, moving on. This video will be divided into three parts. Number one, what happened in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder? Number two, how did it end? And number three, my review and rating. So let's begin with the plot summary. Pippa Fitz-Amobi is a high school graduate living in Little Kilton. This location is Fairview for the American version. For a required school project, she suggests investigating the disappearance of Andy Bell. She also wants to investigate what role the media played in the unofficial conviction of Sal Singh in the Andy disappearance, which is to. Although Pip does not tell her teacher, her real goal is to prove Sal Singh's innocence. Pip's teacher gives her permission, as long as ethical boundaries are not crossed. She also forbids Pip from contacting the Bell or Singh families. Pip ignores her teacher and goes to the Singh residence to talk to Sal's young brother, Ravi. Ravi says in his interview that Sal told him everything and he did it on purpose, and that maybe she disappeared to punish someone. Ravi speculates that someone was Andy Bell's emotionally abusive father, Jason Bell. But Sal didn't specify who he meant. Ravi also tells Pip about the text his father got from Sal before Sal died, which said, although Pip does not tell her teacher, her real goal is to prove Sal Singh's innocence. Pip's teacher gives her permission, as long as ethical boundaries are not crossed. She also forbids Pip from contacting the Bell or Singh families. Pip ignores her teacher and goes to the Singh residence to talk to Sal's young brother, Ravi. Ravi says in his interview that Sal told him everything and he did it on purpose, and that maybe she disappeared to punish someone. Ravi speculates that someone was Andy Bell's emotionally abusive father, Jason Bell. But Sal didn't specify who he meant. Ravi also tells Pip about the text his father got from Sal before Sal died, which said, although Pip does not tell her teacher, her real goal is to prove Sal Singh's innocence. Pip's teacher gives her permission, as long as ethical boundaries are not crossed. She also forbids Pip from contacting the Bell or Singh families. Pip ignores her teacher and goes to the Singh residence to talk to Sal's young brother Ravi. Ravi says in his interview that Sal told him everything and he did it on purpose and that maybe she disappeared to punish someone. Ravi speculates that someone was Andy Bell's emotionally abusive father, Jason Bell. But Sal didn't specify who he meant. Ravi also tells Pip about the text his father got from Sal before Sal. It was me. I did it. I'm so sorry. Ravi says that he does not believe that his brother killed Andy, or because he was a very calm, polite and happy person. When he asks Pip why she's investigating this case, she says that Sal was kind to her and she doesn't think he's capable of murder. Pip searches Facebook for Andy's father, Jason Bell. He and Andy's mother, Dawn Bell, divorced shortly after Andy was pronounced dead behind bars. Soon after, he moved out and started appearing in pictures on social media with a younger blonde woman. Pip thinks she looks weird in the pictures, too intense and possessive. He he refers to um he refers to his daughter in the past videos, which Pip finds suspicious. He considers it, he is considered to be a person of interest in the disappearance of Andy. Pip interviews Naomi Ward and Max Hastings, both of whom were at Sal the night before Andy disappeared. There were inconsistencies in their stories, which made Pip suspicious. She is particularly interested in Max's comment that Naomi went missing in action at his house that night. Naomi had a crush on Sal and didn't like Andy. Could she harm the missing girl? Pip adds Naomi to her list of people of interest. Soon after, Ravi visits Pip at her home. He says that he wants to work with her and help her investigate Andy's disappearance. He brings Sal's phone, which the police return to the Singhs after Sal's death. They discovered that Sal called Andy more than 100 times that night she disappeared, which they believe shows he didn't know she was missing and therefore couldn't have killed her. The police believe the opposite, that Sal's calls were deliberately made to appear innocent. Pip also notices that Sam's notes show that he always wrote in lowercase without punctuation. The text of his confession contained correct capitalization and punctuation, suggesting it could have been written by someone else. Pip interviews Andy's two best friends from high school, Emma Houghton and Chloe Bunch. Emma reminds us that although Andy was beautiful and popular, she could be fierce and cruel. She was particularly unkind to her younger sister, Becca. In fact, Andy had to stay home the night of her disappearance because Becca hurt herself. Her parents had to go out, and they asked Andy to watch her at home. Chloe tells Pip that Andy enjoyed keeping secrets because it made her feel strong. Like where she got all the money she always had. Chloe also hesitates when Pip asks her if Sal and Andy were exclusive. Was Andy secretly seeking someone besides Sal? Chloe isn't too keen on her interview, so Pip decides to trick her by sending her a text message pretending to be Emma. During the conversation, she learns that one, Andy knew that her father had an affair with a blonde, and she knew that he knew. And number two, that Andy told her friends that she was seeing an older man, but did not tell him his name. She could have been it could have been the source of her money, as well as her killer. Jason Bell be having an affair. Could he be Andy's older lover? Seems weird, but possible. When camping in the woods with her friends, and an unknown intruder leaves Pip a message asking her to stop digging the Andy Bell's case. Pip suspects Naomi Ward wrote it and sets an alarm on her family printer so Pip can see all the documents printed on it. In an interview with Emma Houghton, one of Andy's best friends, she tells Pip that Andy hated Elliot Ward, the high school teacher and Naomi's father. Could he be the secret old man? Elliot explains to Pip that Andy was mad at him because she caught him bullying another girl, Natalie Da Silva, and reported to her father. Naomi tells Pip that Natalie was traumatized by the bullying. During her studies, she was arrested for assault. She also left a note containing a death threat in Andy's closet. Pip also learns that Natalie's older brother is a little Kilton cop who didn't treat Ravi well when he asked about the loopholes in Sal Singh's investigation. Andy Bell ruined Natalie's life with her bullying. She had a motive to kill Andy, and her brother could have helped her to cover it up. Daniel da Silva may have been Andy's secret older lover. Hence, he was added to the list of people of interest as well. The day after Andy's disappearance, Pip receives a transcript of the interview the Little Kilton police conducted with Sal. He was evasive with his answers. Sal says that he and Andy had a fight that day she disappeared, but refuses to say why. While interviewing Becca Bell's friend, Jess Walker, Pip learns that Jason Bell had been harassing his wife and daughters. Jess also says that Jason briefly left the house the night Andy died. She also says that Max Hastings was meeting Andy Bell, even though she said she barely knew him. Max Hastings enters Pip's list of interesting people. When Pip confronts Max, he admits to buying Andy, which explains why he always had so much money with him. Pip also spies a picture of Andy in Max's bedroom, which he says he found in high school. Pip later learns that Andy's supplier is called Howie Bowers. When Pip confronts Howie, he learns that Andy had a secret cell phone for a since the police didn't have it, it still must be hidden in Andy's bedroom. However, Howie also had no alibi for the night of Andy's disappearance. Pip receives a threatening text from an unknown number warning her to back off. Pip and Ravi sneak into Andy's bedroom, nevertheless, to find her secret phone. They don't find it, but they do find her planner with notes, written in code. Inside, they find a reference to the Ivy House Inn. Its website had pictures showing the bathroom, which Pip recognizes from the picture she saw in Max Hastings' house. She was there at one point with her secret older lover. Pip and Ravi go to the Ivy House Inn. They show the old owner a picture of Andy Bell. The woman says Andy was there recently. What? The owner's son tells them that the old woman has a, a disorder and her memory cannot be trusted. When Pip and Ravi return from their trip, they see Howie and Max Hastings talking, pretending to know each other, even though they said they didn't. Would they work together? Did they work together to kill Andy? After learning about calamity parties held at high school students' homes, Pip learns that several of the girls who attended these calamities were spiked in their drinks. Max Hastings usually hosted those parties. When one victim tries to report the incident, a young Little Kilton police officer, Daniel da Silva, dismisses her concerns. Pip accesses Max's secret Facebook account and finds pictures he posted that night and he disappeared. Images are time stamped. One of them shows all the people known to have been in Andy's house at the night she disappeared. So, who took the picture? Pip assumes it was Sal, meaning the timestamp photo gives him the alibi he needs. Using this new information, Pip and Ravi reenact the crime, proving that Sal had no time for murder. Pip visits Naomi and Max, who are dating. They admit they lied about Sal and ask them to lie about the time he left Max's house, the night Andy disappeared. They said that they received an anonymous text demanding that they change the story about when Sal left Max's house, or the text would reveal to the police the secret they were keeping. Naomi, Max, and other friends had too much to drink at a party. When a drunken Max at the wheel, they got into a collision which left him permanently paralyzed, which left the person permanently paralyzed. They all swore to each other the secrets of what had happened. Pip agrees not to take timestamp photos to the police because she has one more chance to prove Sal's innocence. When Pip returns home, she finds a note in her bedroom. You must stop this, Pippa. The next day, she finds another threatening letter in her school locker. Pip goes to see Becca Bell at work. She asks Becca, who has access to Andy's bedroom after she disappeared, who could have gotten rid of her secret cell phone. Becca says that Daniel da Silva entered the room first. Pip's dog, Barney, disappears while working with her. She receives an SMS from an unknown number. Do you want to see your dog again? She gets another text the next day telling her to take her computer and all her project notes to the tennis club parking lot and leave them in a designated area. If she does, she'll get Barney back. Once she's on the court, another text arrives asking her to destroy everything and not ask for more. She destroys her laptop and returns home. Later, her father tells her that someone found Barney's body in the river. He is dead. Confused, Pip lets the project go to protect the people she loves. Ravi convinces her to continue, only with a check. Now, moving on to the next section of this video. How did a good girl's guide to murder end? This section contains major plot twists, so we're in for a ride. Naomi calls Pip with a new phone number because her phone isn't working. Pip recognizes this number from Andy's planner. Naomi says she used the SIM card her father found in his desk drawer. Pip also learns that someone used Ward's printer to make the threats that Pip received. Pip suspects that Elliot Ward was not actually tutoring students 3 times a week, and he said he has. She also suspects that he's keeping Andy alive somewhere and visits her when he says he's teaching. She feels stupid that she actually removed Elliot Ward's name earlier from the persons of interest list because she thought he could not possibly do it. Now Pip fakes an ankle injury to drive home from school with the Wards. She leaves her cell phone with the phone finder app open in Elliot's vehicle. Pip and Ravi took a look at the address Elliot is visiting and realizes it is from a home that the Wards owned that Elliot supposedly sold. Pip calls the police and then goes to the address. Mr. Ward is there. He admits that he slept with Andy, even though he was married. She was underage and she was a student. Andy threatened to reveal the affair and ruin him. The night she disappeared, Andy went to Ward's house and confronted Elliot, who pushed her. Then she disappeared. Elliot thought that he might have her, so decided on Sal Singh's death and planting evidence in his body. Months later, Elliot saw Andy walking around another town, messed up. He picked her up, took her to a house he didn't actually sell, and kept her ever since. The police arrived to arrest Elliot. Pip runs to an attic where Elliot kept Andy. Although the girl imprisoned there looks a lot like Andy and says she's Andy, she is not. The prisoner is actually a special needs refugee whom Elliot, in a shocked state, mistook for Andy. After Elliot's arrest, the Little Tilson police informs Singhs that they will release a statement declaring Sal innocent of all charges. Pip realizes that even though Elliot Ward Sal Singh, he didn't actually Andy. She thinks that Becca Bell, her sister, Max Hastings, Becca at a party after stunning her with the roofs that he bought from Andy. When Becca confronted Andy, Andy said that she didn't care and Becca couldn't tell anyone that she would be in trouble. Becca pushed her, causing Andy, who's already sore from Elliot Ward's push, to throw up and then puke. Becca saw her die and hid her body in a septic tank of an abandoned apartment building. Too late, Pip realizes that Becca drugged the drink that she gave her. Becca tries to kill Pip, but her father and Ravi save Pip before she can. The book ends as Pip triumphantly presents her, her senior capstone project to a large crowd of people. Now, moving to the last section of this video, my rating and review. So, this book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, is definitely a 5-star read. Words cannot describe how amazing this book is. It is actually one of my favorites, especially the last 100 pages was such a roller coaster, which revealed a lot of secrets. It is so well written and engaging, and had me trying to fill the gaps and guess like who murdered Andy. Although I was mostly wrong because there's so many plot twists in this book. The characters are so like well developed and well written. Her relationship to all the characters, like Pip's relationship to her family is so cute, and also like her thinking skills, I admire her. The ending was so shocking, like I could have never in a million years expected that twist. This book is perfect and is worth the hype. The writing, the plot, the characters, the slight banter, the dialogues, the murder mystery. Perfection. I definitely love the entire series as well, and I recommend this to anyone who loves a good mystery or thriller or wants a read that would, keep you gripped to it, especially if you want to get out of a reading slump. You know what? Why don't I include my top three favorite quotes from this whole book? In first place, no, wait, let's start from third place. In third place, we have, but sometimes remembering isn't just for yourself. Sometimes you do it to make someone else smile. Those lies are allowed. In second place, we have real men wear floral when trespassing. If you read the book, you know why. And number three, when you catch someone lying about a murdered girl, the best thing to do is go and ask them why. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was surely a long one. And thank you for joining me to this whole plot recap of this book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you if you would like the plot recap of Good Girl, Bad Blood. Also, if you enjoyed this video. And comment down any books you would like us to review and or summarize. I hope you all enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye friends.
But I just